Snappy Princess here with a video response to African Export's video. Being a teenage mom isn't cute or glamorous. Guys, I wasn't a teenage mother, so you may be asking yourself what qualifies me to make this video. I wasn't a teenage mother, but I was a young mother. I became pregnant at 23 years of age and I delivered my son at 24. I was married, but it was still very difficult for a young couple to raise a child. Now, I am a single mother at this time. I've been divorced for 5 years. So, I know the perils of raising a child on my own and alone. But, in addition, I'm a school teacher with over 10 years of experience with dealing with a population of children that hail from single African American homes with single mothers, young mothers, teenage mothers, and mothers that are older but unprepared for motherhood. And I think that what I'm about to say will add a layer, an additional layer to the terrific job that the other ladies, including African Export herself, has done in covering this topic. The layer that I would like to add is this. As a school teacher, I witnessed firsthand the devastation of bringing a child into this world and the child is unprepared for life because the parents were unprepared for life. It didn't matter if they were young, teenaged, or middle-aged. If you're not prepared psychologically, emotionally, and financially, you will bring devastation into the life of the child that you're bringing into the world. I want you to ask yourself this question before you decide to have unprotected sex, before you decide to skip out and miss your birth control. I want you to ask yourself this question. If I were to accidentally or on purpose bring a child into this world, would I want to be that child? Ask yourself that question. Would I want to be that child? I don't want you to compare yourself to others. They've done it, they made it, they beat the odds. That's not cute. That's not cute. The people that beat the odds, they did it. And I'm sure if they could do it over again, they wouldn't want to go through the struggles to beat the odds. A child doesn't want to be in a situation where the parent is beating the odds for them to survive. It's good if they did, if someone beat the odds and they made it, but why go through that when you can do it a different way? You have a choice. Now, the layer that I was speaking about earlier that I wanted to bring to this discussion is this. African Export, as well as the other ladies, perfectly great videos, and I appreciate the messages that they brought forth in those videos as far as the time and sacrifices. But I want to add another very important layer. I'm not going to reiterate anything that they said, but I'm going to talk about something that I didn't hear people focus enough on. Time is very important, but one must also think about the financial aspects of bringing a child into this world unprepared. I can personally tell you from being a school teacher how many times I've had to provide clothing and coats for children that come to school in the dead of winter with shorts on. They never have school supplies. I mean, from the first day to the last day, their parents never sent them to school with a pencil or a sheet of paper. They come to school hungry. They come to school unclean. And they come to school unprepared. Some, I've seen children that do not know their real name when they enter school. Their parents never once checked their book bags. I've seen children that cannot hold a book because they've never owned a book. And it wasn't just with my teenage mothers, it was with my teenage mothers, my young mothers, and my middle-aged mothers. That's why I'm extending this video. But the important aspect that I want people to pay attention to, I want everyone to think about the finances, the financial responsibility of bringing a child into this world. To raise a child, you won't believe this. How much do you think it takes to raise a child from birth to 18 years of age? To raise a child from birth to 18 years of age, I'm going to read it, takes for low-income individuals, the lowest income, meaning people that make less than $57,600, the lowest income population in the United States of America, it will take $163,440 to raise a child from birth to 18 years of age. If you are middle income, meaning you make $57,600 to $99,730, it will take you $226,000. Actually, a little bit more than that, $226,920. And if you know anything about the demographics of this country, most people fall into that middle range. So most people are middle income people. So the average American citizen, it will take them $226,920 as of today to raise a child from 0, meaning birth, to age 18. The highest income people, meaning the people that make more than $99,730, it will take them $377,040 to raise a child from 0 to 18 years of age. But the number $226,920, that will be what the average American child will need to be raised from birth to 18. Now, you may not believe that number. You may be thinking, Nappy Princess, you're pulling my leg. It couldn't take that much money to raise a child. Child, my parents they didn't spend that much money on me. So, if you're still in denial, let's break it down. Housing will be a whopping 31% of your income. Child care or education, 17%. Food, 16%. Transportation, 14%. Healthcare, because children get sick, not just babies, children. From 0 to 18, that's your responsibility. They get sick. 8% of your income. Now, I just named basic need items. These are just basic need items. Let's look at the additional expenses that you're going to have to incur to raise a child. That $226,000. Utility bills. Ooh, children like lights. They need light to do homework. Hygiene products. They need to be clean. Clothes. Entertainment. They don't want to watch TV for the rest of their lives. Toys. Gifts. Meaning you buy them gifts and you have to buy other people gifts. They get invited to parties. Extracurricular activities. Things to make your child a well-rounded individual. What about a college fund? What about insurance? Meaning, I think that everyone should have at least a $10,000 life insurance policy on their child's life. Children, I hate to say it, children die. But what about your life? If your child were to die, you don't want them to be a burden on whoever you leave in charge to take care of your child. Whoever is the guardian, the last thing that you want to burden them with would be something financial. So you want to leave enough money behind so that they can continue to raise your child in the lifestyle that they've grown accustomed to. Now, this is something that a lot of people haven't thought about. Another aspect that hasn't been touched upon: the prospect of having a special needs child. Raising a special needs child. On top of the already basic expenses that you have to raise a child that falls within the norm, now you have therapy, rehabilitation, specialties, medical care, and special education services that are not a lot of times covered by insurance. I can speak for this because I have a child that's special needs. He has a learning disability. He also has to have occupational and speech therapy. I have to pay co-pays. My co-pays are $45. So if he has to go every week, I could easily be out of $180 in a month just for therapy. Not to mention if he gets sick. And this is on top of the regular expenses that I pay. Now you may be thinking, I'm a teenager, or I'm in my 20s, or I'm younger than 35. I don't have to worry about having a special needs child. That's not true. I was 23 when I got pregnant, and I do not know why some of the other, my son has dyslexia, he has memory problems, and I don't know why he has speech problems, and he has problems with his balance, and he has to have occupational therapy. And I was very young and healthy and vibrant when I gave birth. And I had a special needs child. Taryn 916 has 2 autistic sons. She was a teenage mother, if I remember correctly, or she was extremely young. And she has special needs children. One of my friends has a 16-year-old. He may be 17 or 18. She will be responsible for his care until she dies. He cannot talk. He cannot walk. Never has. And she was a teenage mother. So, you can have a special needs child in your 20s, in your teens, in your 30s, and in your middle age of 40s. You can have a special needs child, and you need to account that $226,000 number will go up even higher. So, what I want you to think about, those numbers, and I'm focusing more on the finances, because the other ladies, they've talked about emotional, psychological, they've talked about meeting your goals. I want you to ask yourself, it can be done, but would you prefer to be born into a household where people are expecting you and they're prepared for you socially, emotionally, psychologically, and financially? Or would you prefer to be born to parents that are not socially, emotionally, psychologically, or financially ready for you, but you want them to take chances to beat the odds? It can be done, but if you can do it the right way, why not? Wait. Develop yourself, who you are as a person, and then bring a beautiful child into this world. Just don't do it until you're ready.